Hey, what's going on, everybody? UltimatDjz here with another Teaching Trek video. Happy day after ARC launch day. What's going on, everybody? Talking Trek here with another Teaching Trek video. My name is UltimatDjz. I am your host, and welcome in to the next generation, the May 2021 ARC. We had an exciting day yesterday. As a matter of fact, a lot of things went well. There were a couple of things that didn't go so well. We're going to give you a couple of updates on those here. Plus, get into your event calendar, okay? Talk to you a little bit about the events that are upcoming, because this calendar is just a little bit more involved, a little bit more detailed, and maybe even a little bit more confusing than what we've seen in the past. Ladies and gentlemen, let's switch on over here into the gameplay. Welcome. Appreciate you guys very much for being here. Yeah, look, see, glitching trying to fix my wallpaper there. Okay, so first things first, I do want to give you a couple of updates on a couple of bugs. What we have noticed, and a couple of these things have been corrected, a couple of the other ones have not, and everything has been escalated. So just to give you a little update on some of the communication that happened today. Earlier today at Event Reset, we did find that Ops 42 Plus had a little bit of a problem set up with their Rescue the Crew event. This involves some players not being able to get to the appropriate systems for their regular systems because of a Warp 120 range restriction, which is obviously impossible for an Ops 42. That was fixed, and relatively timely as well. It was done very, very shortly into the ARC. Scopely was very communicative on that. Official announcements went out, and the Talking Trek team were able to distribute those as well. Also, we found that in the 36 to 41 bracket, the systems or the hostiles in Farrar, that system there, the level 31 hostiles weren't working. That was also corrected. So those two issues completely done. Excuse me. See, I'm getting all excited, all right, about the communication that we got today, which was actually very, very good. So Scopely, 2 thumbs up on communication today. Level 31 hostiles, that was also fixed, all right? We've got a couple of other things going on, though, and that involved one of these brand new primes. If we hop into the research tree here, and I'll take a quick peek and I'll show you, but we are having a mining timer issue. This issue has been escalated, and they are currently trying to nail that down, whether or not it has something to do with the research or maybe just the client itself. But inside the away team's research tree, there is a mining prime, and it is right here. And what we have seen is that upon executing and completing this research, what we're seeing is your timer, which is that in your client, is escalating or counting down rather at the appropriate speed. But once the timer hits 0, there's still a few materials on that node, which means we're not mining quite as fast as we thought we did. That issue has been escalated and is being actively investigated right now. Also, one other bug, just to get you up to date, is that with away team assignments and the refresh now system, or the refresh now function. Let me hop in here and I'll take a quick peek and show you that. And I'm actually going to give you a little bit of a workaround until they can get this done. As a matter of fact, Scopely also came out and announced that they had diagnosed and found this problem and are in the process of developing a hot fix. Now, there's no ETA at the time of this taping. Hopefully, it comes out here very, very soon. But at the time of this taping, there was no ETA, but there is a workaround. You'll notice that my Refresh Now button is actually lit up. I can come in here and actually do this refresh. How do I do that? Well, I have to leave one undone down here. Now, I know that that might be a little bit of an issue for some people, especially if you've already completed those. But watching this and hopefully knowing that until this hot patch gets released, you can actually leave one undone. And if I finished all of these, they're all going to disappear, right? I'm going to be left with just this one. But as long as I keep one that is undone, I can refresh and it will refill all of my slots. So for the time being, maybe don't do all of them. If you keep one of them in the list, then you can refresh now and it'll refill all of your slots. There are your bug updates, and that is what we know of here so far. Again, kudos to Scopely for the communication efforts that they gave today, and with Live Ops, who was in communication with the moderation and the content creation team pretty much all daggone day long. All right, so very good job there. Now, want to get into the events guide. There is a calendar that has popped up in here, and let's talk a little bit about it. There is a lot going on, and I know that you guys count on Talking Trek for your detailed event calendar breakdown, so let's get right into it, okay? Here we can see the next generation. This is just your missions event, so to speak, right now, just for completing missions 1 through 10. And you can do that. The keys are on milestones 4, 12, and 18. So you'll be able to get those keys. Come on into your event store, which is up here. And you're going to notice, by the way, that there is only part 1 through 5, okay? The reason part 6 through 10 was taken out is very simple. They put all 10 missions in here. This is a labeling error, okay? So Worlds Apart, part 1 through 10 is all inside this one little mission starter, okay? So what's going to happen is you're actually going to end up with a few extra mission keys at the end. That wasn't exactly intended, but it is working and is not hurting anybody's feelings, all right? By unlocking Milestone 4, you're going to get the keys necessary to start part 1 through 5. It's going to give you all 10, and therefore you'll be able to finish that event, okay? So no sweat there. That was an easy peasy one, right? Let's take a look and see what else we've got in here, because there is some other interesting things. Like, for example, what we've got right now going on for a 6-day event. This is Assignment Hunter. Now, you're going to notice that there's a server milestone going on, all right? And this is just by doing away teams assignments and upgrading your shuttle bay, which I hope a lot of people are doing. That is getting you more efficiency out of your service awards, okay? So that is happening right now as a server milestone. And you may even notice in the server milestone, reverting back to a model that they used here a few months ago. This one is, well, let's see. Let me see if I can find it here. This one is actually a little bit of a gimme, okay? Here it is, your server milestone event, and you're going to notice that successful assignments are giving you points. Even failing assignments are going to give you some points, leveling up your shuttle bay. But top 10 on a Rescue the Crew solo leaderboard is getting the maximum number of points. Basically going back to the model where this one is a gimme, all right? So don't stress. Everybody is going to get every single milestone. What do you need to do? Before the timer runs out, you need to score at least 1 point. You need to do something. Do one assignment, whether you success or fail, whether you level up your building, all right? Whether you participate on the solo leaderboard for Rescue the Crew that's coming up in a couple of days. Doesn't matter. As long as you score a point, you're going to get all of these rewards and the next-gen Troy avatar. Not to mention, what we are finding is some very valuable refresh tokens, okay? We're finding that those are not sourced very widely in the game, so definitely want to take advantage of picking up those 100 right there. Do a point down here, and you're going to be set. Let's come on back into the calendar here and see what else we've got. Here we go. Tng Officers. This is a server milestone that starts next week on May 17th. Hey, score by collecting officer shards, and it does say by collecting officer shards and promoting officers, bonus points for collecting and promoting the Tng Officers, meaning that this is an event that's going to reward you for scoring any points with any officer recruit token whatsoever, promoting any officers, but you are going to get some bonus points for the brand new officers, so that's good. Going on right now, it's a 72-hour Alliance milestone event, but a lot of alliances, daggone, scoring by unlocking and upgrading your shuttle bay. Hopefully your alliance is well on your way to completing this, if not already done. Let's take a quick peek in here. That's not where it is. See, I keep getting confused. Here it is. Right here, the build the shuttle bay. This is your alliance milestone, and you can see my alliance has already got it done. Some healthy amounts of dill in there, some nice gas, and actually arguably a really nice rare avatar that most people should get, but it's a good-looking avatar right there for the shuttle bay. A very easy-peasy event there. I'm kind of digging what I'm seeing here so far, which is simple milestones here so far. All right, so far. Now, let's come down here just a little bit more. We got Rescue the Crew. Now, this one is a little bit trickier, all right? Very quickly, let's break down the dates. This is a little bit confusing. May 11th through 30th is the dates of the arc, okay? It's a 20-day arc, and that's what we've got. This is the entire arc calendar, but some folks were getting a little bit confused by the date windows along with the days. It's not to be that confusing, just during the arc. Every Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to get this solo milestone. But what's interesting is that we're seeing it in a 48-hour solo milestone instead of a 24. Now, some people are fussing about these points a little bit. Yeah, maybe the points are a little bit higher, but don't forget, you've got a full 48 hours to do this. Not to mention, you're going to get extra points for doing PvP, right here, extra points for doing PvP, or you're going to get extra points in your danger system for doing PvE. Now, as we had mentioned earlier, for 42 plus, this actually was modified to add Evans and Taro to your regular systems. Well, now that's putting Ops 36 through 50 in the same system for regular hostiles. All right, now keep in mind that is not a PvP zone. So 50s are not going to be able to come in and kill 36s. The PvP for the 42 plus is still in their special open system, but they added some regular systems for lower level hostiles for 42 plus, lumping everybody 36 plus into the same systems for regular PvE hostile grinding. All right, now I also noticed that the milestones seem a little bit high, especially if you're a brand new or or recently acquired Ops 36. All right, that has been escalated, but do keep in mind that you do have 48 hours to do this. So even if you do it grinding the hostiles, might suggest taking a look at the battleships. All right, the 31 and the 33 level hostiles in there. Take a look at the battleships instead of the explorers. I know traditionally we hit explorers, but battleships are going to give extra points. All right, for most players, a battleship is giving between 2 and 2.5 million points. Well, for 36 to 41, you need 80 million points. That's only about 40 hostiles, and you do have 48 hours to complete the event. Is it a few repairs? Yeah, probably so. But we do see some epic officer shards in here. We see some decent rare and uncommon ore and some par steel in there. So maybe you have to determine whether or not it's worth it to participate in that event. But you do have plenty of time to do it if you're trying to break up the grind there just a little bit. Rescue the Crew Solo Milestone is a 48-hour event, and we are going to see that it looks like probably 3 total times, all right? Every Tuesday and Wednesday as a 48-hour solo milestone for weeks 1, 2, and 3, all right? We're also going to see a solo leaderboard, but interestingly, it does not fall on the same day as the solo milestone. This is actually a new kind of breakdown in this event in which a solo leaderboard is not being fed by a solo milestone. So Tuesday, Wednesday here, we're going to take Thursday off, and then we're going to come back in Friday and Saturday and participate in a solo leaderboard with some event rewards there. But if you're struggling with the solo milestone, maybe the leaderboard is not quite for you. But for those of you who are interested in engaging in that, Friday and Saturday, a 48-hour solo leaderboard, you're going to get that 3 different times. All right, taking a look at Assignment Hunter, every Friday and Saturday, running alongside the Rescue the Crew, you're going to get a solo milestone and an Alliance leaderboard. This is also a 48-hour event, simply by completing away team assignments, all right? And we're going to talk about those in just a shade more detail in just a moment, but a lot of folks getting used to the away team assignments and maybe finding a few nuances, some people liking them, some people feeling like, I don't know if I want to invest that many officers into something that doesn't pay out a great deal of rewards. Well, we're going to talk about that mechanic coming up in just a moment. I feel like it's actually not a bad thing, and we are less than 24 hours in. There's a lot of potential here with away teams assignments. We'll talk about that coming up very, very shortly. TNG Officers, well, golly, we felt like we just saw that one, except that was a server milestone, all right? This server milestone is coming up next week, and it looks like it's a week-long event, but we've got another TNG officer down here that's an Alliance leaderboard as well as a solo milestone, and you can see here that these could potentially be 72-hour events. It looks like we're going to get them twice, all right? Again, the same metrics, recruiting and upgrading officers with bonus points for promoting Data, LaForge, and Crusher. These are the new TNG officers. Do note, the next-gen versions will not score. This is just for the 3 TNG officers, the Rare, Crusher, and the Epic Data and LaForge that you're going to get, plus all other officers with a smaller point total for your solo milestone and your Alliance leaderboard. All right, moving on, we've got this going on right now. This is a week-long event, surveying the field, basically doing new away teams research from the research tree and completing those researches. We do have a couple of interesting things that we're going to take a look at here real quick, because this event is live right now. Let's take a quick peek. We do have the solo milestone, which is 1,000 points, and not too awful bad. That's 10 first-level researches, and I'll show you the research tree in a moment. A lot of these are relatively cheap with the service awards that you can get through from doing your early assignments, but you can also do those with primes as well if you want. As a matter of fact, there is an elite version. And again, folks, don't be too disillusioned. Elite is very much like the term bonus from last month. This event is not necessarily geared for everybody to be able to complete either easily or even potentially free. 3,000 points is a lot. That would be 30 first level researches, or even more if you went deeper than that. It's obviously intended that a prime is going to get you the extra points that you need. Folks, don't feel pressure on this elite solo milestone. It is written in such a way that it is a bonus event and may not be targeted towards all players. However, you will notice that it was a total 6-day event, as is the solo milestone. But if you bounce in on over here, the solo leaderboard, only a 72-hour event. That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. We received confirmation from Live Ops today that this event will run a second time. And this is it. We won't see these combination of events again for the entire month. So 6 days here, 6 days here, and that is it. One and done. But this one is going to be a 72-hour leaderboard that will refresh at the end of this timer, and you're going to get it again for another 72 hours. So if you don't feel like you're doing super hot with your research in this particular leaderboard, well, maybe you save a few extra points, because it doesn't look like I'm going to be wildly successful here. But I might save a few points, save some research, and try to take a whack at it again here in 72 hours for that particular solo leaderboard. You can make the adjustments and plan for the researches that you want to do there. All right, taking another quick peek into the calendar, we do have a couple of other events coming up. Let's see, we just did Surveying the Field. How about this one? Hunt the Factions. I'm excited about this. Damaging Romulan and Klingon hostiles, or Doomsday Worms if you don't want to hit one of these. All right, if one of these is going to affect your reputation, then we can work on Doomsday Worms, okay? We're going to score bonus points by using the 3 new officers as captains. You'll have a chance to test those out and see how they go. As a matter of fact, it may not be a terrible experiment, as we do know that all 3 of these officers are built around PvE and not PvP. This is coming up on the 13th, the 20th, and the 27th. That would be, let's see, today is Wednesday, Thursday at Event Reset, and each Thursday of the arc. All right, we noticed actually up here that we skipped Thursday, right? Between Rescue the Crew and Rescue the Crew, we're skipping Thursday. Well, that's because they're filling it with Hunt the Factions. Also, coming up next, starting tomorrow, I guess, or today. Sorry, at the time of taping, starting Wednesday, we've got a level 20 solo milestone, the Enemy 2.0. You guys may remember this episode where Geordi and a Romulan were working together on a planet. Worf was there as well. All right, but there was a life-threatening thing, and Geordi and Worf had a serious conversation about whether or not to save a Romulan's life. You can score in this event by helping the Romulans or defeating the Romulan ships. All right, this event is going to be right here, and is going to be an interesting story plot built into this arc. Also, coming up a couple of days after that, Brothers, as we join Data in a race against the clock to find Noonien Sung before Lore. Oh, pretty excited to explore this particular storyline as well. You'll be scoring by collecting Faction Scout messages. I can't talk. Faction Scout messages, or by bribing for information. Does this sound familiar, folks? Maybe time to take a look at some Latinum, some raw Latinum, because that is what we bribed with last time we saw this mechanic. And for the most part, the community enjoyed it, as long as the math was reiterated here to actually make bribing with Latinum worth it. Last month it was not. This month it could be, and this could make for a very interesting event. It is a server milestone, meaning the entire galaxy is going to have to come together. Finally, Mystery in Space. We told you this. Scrambled Communications is coming back. That's what this one is right here. It looks to be about a 5 or 6 day event. It's going to be available to everybody as a solo milestone, and we had a lot of fun with that over the last couple of months. Here we see a new version, Mystery in Space. Plus, Prime Directive, another 3 days worth of 24-hour milestones to follow or violate the Prime Directive. You'll be able to make that choice and choose your rewards by completing specific objectives built within the event. It's going to be very, very interesting to read the storylines from the actual episodes of The Next Generation that these events were sourced from. Now, we talked about this in our previous YouTube video for Arc Fall, which was the ticketed events. We do see here that every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday of the entire month, we are going to see 3 ticketed events of the rare variety. Look, Monday, Thursday, Saturday, combat training, basically hunting hostiles, station preparation, and alliance preparation. Guys, we're not strangers to these mechanics, but they are going to cost rare ticketed events, and therefore we expect the rewards to be rare or premium. We have yet to see what Scopely has in store for these, but we look forward to seeing, and I look forward to encouraging you whether or not you should take a look at these events before you actually convert your uncommon tickets into rare tickets. We should probably take a look and see what these things are going to source. Could they be different every day? Absolutely, I expect that, but we have no idea what they are. So I would encourage a little bit of caution, as we have been told by Scopely that most players will probably choose not to do every single rare ticketed event. That tells me that there may be some player choice involved in some of these rewards, and some players may not find them worth it. All right. Also, we are going to see a Hunt the Factions rare ticketed event. They did tell us that this one was going to be different. It's a level 18 solo milestone, again on the 16th, 23rd, and 30th, only happening 3 times. Remember, rare ticketed events still cost only 10 rare tickets, but a rare ticket is worth 4 uncommon. So you got to take a look at your inventory and take a look at the tickets that you've got. If you don't plan on buying any, this one will cost 40 uncommon tickets in order to enter. This is going to be, again, another Hunt the Factions or another hostile grind event, and we have been told that this particular event is going to contain premium rewards. We come down here, finally, to our ticketed events. These are just your good old-fashioned uncommon ticketed events, again, happening every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday, falling outside the window for the rares. So Monday, Thursday, Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday, that is leaving only Friday out of the mix. We do see uncommon ticketed events for 15 level plus, 3 times per week, and again, the events that we're very used to: Alliance Prep, Station Prep, and Combat Training. These are going to also source 10 free uncommon tickets per day that you can either save, that you can use on one of these events, or that you could accumulate and turn in for a rare ticket if you so choose. Use your ticketed events wisely. Use your tickets wisely, and we have been told that these uncommon ticketed events are reverting back to simple player choice with resources and basic materials. Finally, you've got a couple of officer auctions here. The Geordie LaForge Epic auction is a G3, G4 spend. We see that happening twice throughout the month, and a domination-styled auction for the Epic Data Officer, only happening 1 time. We have been told, though, that there is a way to grind this officer, and it's through away team assignments, which we are actually pretty excited about. Also, you may have noticed between the arcs even, we got Cosmic Cleanup, and now we're being told that every single Saturday, Cosmic Cleanup is going to be sourced this arc. Very, very exciting stuff. If you have questions, do leave them in the comments section below. Golly, I didn't even ask you to subscribe. You should do that. Subscribe and leave your comments so we can answer those, all right? We'll come back in just a moment to answering your questions. The last thing I want to do for just the last couple of minutes here in this video, I know we're out of time, just the last couple of minutes, is getting into your away teams. Now, folks, we told you about this just a little bit ago, about how you can use the Refresh Now button to kind of work around the fact that this particular mechanic is not working exactly right now. But I do want to show you a few things about these away teams assignments and why I feel like these could be good. Now, you're going to say, DJs, my goodness, why do you have some of your greatest officers in here? Well, that's because I wanted to really get that bonus maximizer. My key stat was defense, and I really wanted to get that maximizer up because I wanted these rare star charts. These are going to be used to start rare assignments as soon as I'm able to source one. But also I wanted a multiplier on the service awards. The service awards are the currency that's carrying you through the away team's research tree. Now, I had a great conversation this evening with Jesse from the official Discord. Shout out, Jesse. And we were having an actual kind of a philosophical debate on whether or not away team assignments were actually worth it. He felt that leaving his best officers in these various assignments for however long may be disadvantageous to his gameplay. And I don't disagree. I don't know that it's a good idea to take your best officers and load up in 5, 6, 7, or 8 assignments. The thing is right now, folks, a lot of us are doing a few extra assignments because we really want to grab these service awards. These are going to buy our way through the research tree, which I believe is ultimately the goal. Ultimately the goal. Listen, I'm not after 47,000 officer XP. I'm after the service awards, okay? That's what I'm after, because those are going to carry me through arguably what I feel is the more valuable piece of this entire expansion. It's not necessarily the assignments themselves, it's what the assignments give me, which in my book right now feels like it's the service awards. And if you're Ops 40 plus doing some rare and epic assignments, then it's going to be including those rare and epic star charts, which is going to be required to start some of the higher level assignments. What can these assignments give aside from service awards? Well, we've got here some with speed ups, maybe a little bit of Latinum and ship XP. We're also being told that we got a documented case today of G3 epic blueprints dropping out of one. We've seen one with active nanoprobes, and the community's been screaming about active nanoprobes. Some important things. You may notice down here that I've got one that I didn't even want to start. This was the one that felt least valuable to me. I don't need broken battleship parts. I don't even plan on building a battleship in G4. This particular event was not, or this particular assignment was not of value to me, so I skip it. I skip it because I don't want to necessarily earn that reward. I don't want to tie officers up for that reward. And you have that option as well. Listen, you might only see one assignment here that you really like. We'll do that one. You can either refresh now and get a whole list of other ones, or you can wait till the timer runs out and let them refresh naturally. Whatever is not started in your list, like for example, when this timer runs out, this particular assignment right here will disappear and be replaced with a new one. If all 4 of these are still in process when this timer goes off, and I haven't collected it yet, then these are not going to be replaced. Now, what I might do as far as strategy is maybe speed these up. And that way, when the assignments refresh, I'm going to get an entirely new list without having to spend any refresh tokens. There is going to be a right and wrong way to work your way through this, but I would argue that a lot of the rewards for this may not necessarily come from these particular assignments, but rather the currency that allows you to move forward in the research tree, and the research tree can be very, very valuable. However, once in a while, you may stumble upon a gold mine here in your assignments, and you want to be prepared to do that as well. As a matter of fact, I said earlier, only one domination-style auction for the epic commander data card, and we have been told that these assignments are the long-term play to actually recruit the epic officer commander data. Let's take a look at this research tree and figure out how that could be. Right here is one, special assignments officers. This is the chance to actually get assignments which reward officer shards. Will it definitely always be data? No. I saw one this evening with a Zetboer in it, and somebody was not really that excited about it, right? But that's okay. These are RNG, these assignments are RNG, and the loot table appears to be pretty daggone large. You never know when something amazing might just fall in your lap, okay? We do see here that you don't even need to do all of the concurrent lead-up research to be able to do some of the unlock spots. Like, for example, this faction agent, okay? I want to be able to do that, and I was able to do that without having to work my way through the tree. Here's another one over here, away team runabout. I will, once I earn enough of these service awards, be able to do and get an extra away team slot assignment. And again, it's not about doing all of the assignments, it's about getting a better selection. You will see later on, way down, I'm nowhere near this, but unlocking epic assignments, which is arguably going to be one of the better sources of assignments with the better rewards. Guys, remember, we're less than 24 hours in. This is not a single day arc. Some people are not excited about this research tree. Other people are not necessarily excited about the actual assignments, but I argue that the best is yet to come. We haven't seen anything yet. All in all, a relatively smooth deployment on ARC launch day. Yeah, a couple of bugs, not the end of the world. Okay, couple of bugs presented, but Scopely was communicative the entire day, and for that I am pleased. I applaud you, and let's get the bugs worked out. All right, but overall, a relatively smooth deployment for a legendary property. Star Trek: The Next Generation is here, and ladies and gentlemen, we couldn't be any more excited about it. My name is UltimatDjz. I am asking you to subscribe to the channel. Give us a big old thumbs up if you like today's ARC introduction, our event guide explanation to you. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up, share with your team, leave your comments and your questions in the comments section below, and we will do our best to make sure and get those back to you. It's been a busy couple of days for content. Please do visit our website also at TalkingTrekSTFC.online, TalkingTrekSTFC.online, where you can find copies of all of our podcasts and links to our podcast wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. You should go and check that out. Again, my name is UltimatDjz. I love you. I mean it. I'll catch you on the next one. Love you. Bye-bye.